to the comments that were made, about them. And, I think even when I hear, even related to the one and done issue, when people say that the one and done players shouldn't be in college because they don't care about an education, I think is incredibly unfair to them.
Adam Silver explodes as LeBron James signs a new contract outside of the NBA. And listen, this is the kind of story that sounds like drama until you realize how serious the power shift could become. Because LeBron is not just another superstar nearing the end of his career. He is a walking business empire, a global brand, and one of the few athletes powerful enough to make the NBA pay attention, even when he is not touching a basketball. And here's the part nobody is talking about. If LeBron's next big move is outside the NBA machine, then Adam Silver is not just dealing with a retiring legend, he is dealing with competition. Right now, LeBron is still tied to the Lakers, still playing deep into his career, and still making superstar money. But the bigger question is not only what he does on the court anymore. The bigger question is where his influence goes next. Because once his current NBA situation reaches the end, LeBron walks into a new phase with choices. He can stay with the Lakers, he can chase one last ring somewhere else, he can return to Cleveland for a sentimental ending, or he can use his name, power, and business network to help build something completely different outside the NBA.
Obviously, they did enough to keep him there, and I think it's great that he's staying there. He's committed to that franchise, and and that's what it's all about. So, but I don't think my situation and his situation, there's no similarities in it. It's totally different.
This is where it gets dangerous, because there has been noise around new basketball projects outside the traditional NBA structure. Project B, international tournaments, player equity, global streaming, European markets, and big money investors trying to create a basketball product that does not need to wait for the NBA's permission. And when Maverick Carter's name gets connected to something like that, people are naturally going to ask the obvious question: where is LeBron in all of this? Now, nobody should act like LeBron has publicly declared war on the NBA. That is not what this is, but the optics are loud. Maverick Carter has been LeBron's business partner forever. He is not just some random advisor. So when he is attached to a new basketball project, especially one that could eventually compete for talent, attention, and global market share, Adam Silver has to pay attention. He may smile publicly and say competition is good, but behind closed doors, the league office knows this is not a small thing. Here's the part nobody is talking about. The NBA is already trying to expand its own global footprint. Adam Silver has been pushing Europe, talking about NBA Europe, FIBA partnerships, future games in major cities, and building a structure that keeps the NBA as the center of international basketball money. So if another group comes in with a different model, offering salaries, equity, free global streaming, and a touring format, that is not just a side project. That is a shot at the future marketplace.
He went on his show and said, oh, don't let LeBron fool you. Like, he wears number 23 because of Michael Jordan. Okay, that's a fact. He signed with Nike because of Michael Jordan. It's like, I didn't. I signed with Nike because I got a hell of a signing bonus, and they gave me a 7-year, $90 million contract. And I moved my mom out of the hood the next day I signed that contract. And ultimately, my whole thing is what do I want to wear off the court? I want to wear Nikes. I want to wear Jordans. I want to wear pennies. I want to wear Bo Jacksons. I want to wear Air Maxes. I want to wear so
primes.
What are we talking about?
And LeBron's name makes everything bigger. If this were just a few investors building a league, people might shrug. But if fans believe LeBron's circle is anywhere near it, suddenly the whole thing feels serious, because LeBron brings credibility, he brings attention, he brings players respect, he brings sponsors, he brings media, and that is exactly why Adam Silver cannot ignore it. This is where young players usually make a mistake. They think the NBA is the only basketball world that matters. And yes, the NBA is still the biggest stage, but the next generation is different. They care about money, ownership, freedom, global branding, and control. If a new league offers equity, players are going to listen. If a new league says, you are not just an employee, you are part of the business, that changes the conversation. That is why the Serbian super agent angle matters too. When someone with deep European basketball connections gets involved, this stops looking like a random American startup. Europe already has basketball culture. It already has clubs, fan bases, and talent pipelines. A global league with European flavor, big investors, and player-friendly money could make noise. It might not beat the NBA tomorrow, but it doesn't need to beat the NBA tomorrow. It just needs to become real enough to make players curious. And that is what Adam Silver is watching. He knows the NBA's biggest strength is control. Control of the stars, control of the schedule, control of the broadcast product, control of the global brand. But a new outside project built around flexibility, equity, and global events could start chipping away at that control. And if LeBron's business world is even loosely connected to it, the threat feels more personal. Here's the part nobody is talking about. LeBron has been preparing for life after basketball for years. This is not a player who wakes up one morning and wonders what to do next. He has media companies, sports investments, brand partnerships, production deals, and global relationships. For years, the obvious assumption was that he wanted to own an NBA team, especially in Las Vegas. But when expansion prices started looking like $7 billion, $8 billion, maybe even $10 billion, that dream became a lot more complicated. LeBron is incredibly wealthy, but even LeBron is not casually buying an NBA team at those numbers without massive partners. And once Fenway Sports Group reportedly cooled off on that type of expansion play, the math changed. That is when the old Vegas ownership dream suddenly became less certain. And when LeBron publicly backed away from the idea, people were shocked, because he had been talking about ownership for years. This is where it gets dangerous, because if owning an NBA franchise becomes too expensive or too controlled, then building influence outside the NBA becomes more attractive. Why pay billions just to become one owner in Adam Silver's system when you can attach yourself to a new basketball model where your influence is bigger from day one? That is the part that should worry the league. LeBron may not need to own an NBA team to shape basketball's future. And Adam Silver knows this. He has spent years praising LeBron, protecting the league's relationship with him, and keeping the post-LeBron era from feeling too scary, because the NBA still leans on its stars. LeBron, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, these names help define an entire era. But LeBron is different because his power extends beyond the floor. He is not just a player people watch, he is a business platform. Now add the Lakers situation into this. LeBron is still making huge money, still productive, still drawing attention, but the Lakers are also trying to build around Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, and whatever their next version of the roster becomes. If LeBron demands a full max, that can squeeze flexibility. If he takes less, people will ask why. If he leaves, the NBA media cycle explodes. If he joins some outside basketball project after retirement, that is a whole different earthquake. Here's the part nobody is talking about. LeBron's next contract might not just be about basketball money. It might be about positioning. Where does he want his brand aligned? Does he want one more NBA chapter? Does he want one last Lakers run? Does he want Cleveland nostalgia? Does he want a contender? Or does he want to start shifting his power toward business moves that could outlive his playing career?
The situations were different, and it's not just about basketball. I mean, I think you have to remember there was a lot of stuff going on in Cleveland before LeBron departed. There were teammates who betrayed him. There were people who were chirping and talking behind his back all the time. He didn't feel like he had a true brotherhood. And because of that, that had a lot to do with why he left. Now, obviously, one would anticipate he was going to leave anyway because being in his hometown, having never departed from that area, being born and raised in Akron, Ohio, playing in Cleveland.
That is why this story becomes bigger than Adam Silver being upset. This is about the NBA trying to keep its most influential player inside the family, while LeBron's business world explores possibilities outside that family. Publicly, everyone can be polite. Silver can say competition is good. Maverick can say he is advising. LeBron can stay quiet. But the tension is obvious. This is where young players usually make a mistake. They only study LeBron's stats. They should be studying his leverage. LeBron has always understood timing. Free agency timing, contract timing, media timing, business timing. He knows when to apply pressure without saying too much. And if this outside basketball conversation keeps growing, LeBron doesn't even have to announce anything for people to start reacting. The legacy angle is massive. If LeBron finishes his career and simply becomes a broadcaster or minority owner somewhere, that is big but expected. But if he becomes attached to a new global basketball league, or a player equity model, or a rival basketball ecosystem, that changes his legacy completely. Now he is not just one of the greatest players ever. He becomes one of the people who tried to reshape the business of the sport itself. And that is what Adam Silver cannot underestimate. The NBA is still the king, but no empire likes competition forming at the edges. Europe matters, streaming matters, young stars matter, player ownership matters. If a new model gives players more control, it could force the NBA to adjust. Maybe salaries change. Maybe equity conversations get louder. Maybe international scheduling changes. Maybe the league has to speed up NBA Europe before someone else gets there first. So now the debate starts. Is LeBron James really preparing to shake the basketball world outside the NBA? Or is this just another business rumor being blown into a full conspiracy? Because if LeBron's circle helps create a serious global basketball alternative, Adam Silver's calm public face will not fool anybody. But if this is just noise, then the NBA will keep rolling and LeBron will stay tied to the league's legacy forever. Either way, the message is clear. The Kings' next move may be bigger than basketball, and the NBA knows it.